raced along at the pace of a pair of small oxen that looked as old, wrinkled, and unhopeful as tortoises. He greeted the carter, who resembled the oxen. The carter said nothing, but blinked. "Might there be a spring of water up the road?" the stranger asked. The carter slowly shook his head. After a long time he said, "No." A while later he said, "There ain't." They all plodded along. Discouraged, the stranger found it hard to go any faster than the oxen. About a mile an hour, maybe. He became aware that the carter was wordlessly reaching something out to him, a big clay jug wrapped round with wicker. He took it, and finding it very heavy, drank his fill of the water, leaving it scarcely lighter when he passed it back with his thanks. "Climb on," said the carter after a while. "Thanks. I'll walk. How far might it be to Ray Alby?" The wheels creaked. The oxen heaved deep sighs, first one, then the other. Their dusty hides smelled sweet in the hot sunlight. 10 mile, the carter said. He thought and said, "Or 12. After a while, he said, "No less." "I'd better walk on then," said the stranger. Refreshed by the water, he was able to get ahead of the oxen, and they and the cart and the carter were a good way behind him when he heard the carter speak again. "Going to the old mage's house," he said. If it was a question, it seemed to need no answer. The traveller walked on. When he started up the road, it had still lain in the vast shadow of the mountain, but when he turned left to the little village he took to be Ray Alby, the sun was blazing in the western sky, and under it the sea lay white as steel. There were scattered small houses, a small dusty square, a fountain with one thin stream of water falling. He made for that, drank from his hands again and again, put his head under the stream, rubbed cool water through his hair and let it run down his arms, and sat for a while on the stone rim of the fountain, observed in attentive silence by 2 dirty little boys and a dirty little girl. "He ain't the farrier," one of the boys said. The traveller combed his wet hair back with his fingers. "He'll be going to the old mage's house," said the girl. "Stupid." "Yurrah!" said the boy, drawing his face into a horrible lopsided grimace by pulling at it with one hand while he clawed the air with the other. "You watch it, Stony," said the other boy. "Take you there," said the girl to the traveller. "Thanks," he said, and stood up wearily. "Got no staff, see?" said one boy, and the other said, "Never said he did." Both watched with sullen eyes as the stranger followed the girl out of the village to a path that led north through rocky pastures that dropped down steep to the left. The sun glared on the sea. His eyes dazzled, and the high horizon and the blowing wind made him dizzy. The child was a little hopping shadow ahead of him. He stopped. "Come on," she said, but she too stopped. He came up to her on the path. "There," she said. He saw a wooden house near the cliff's edge, still some way ahead. "I ain't afraid," the girl said. "I've fetched their eggs lots of times for Stoney's dad to carry to market. Once she gave me peaches, the old lady. Stoney says I stole 'em, but I never. Go on, she ain't there. Neither of 'em is." She stood still, pointing to the house. "Nobody's there." "Well, the old man is. Old Hawk, he is." The traveller went on. The child stood watching him till he went round the corner of the house. 2 goats stared down at the stranger from a steep